What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Pocket Yogi. Today, I'll be taking you through a 20-minute session to help build strength and heat through yoga. We're starting small, so even though it's beginner friendly, please feel free to modify a pose that doesn't feel right in your body. So get on your mat, let's get started. Okay then, let's begin in a comfortable seated position at the center of our mat. Take a moment to settle in and ease into your practice. Close your eyes, roll your shoulders back, keep your arms wherever you find them naturally comfortable and that doesn't make you fidget around. Starting with some easy cleansing breaths. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. A couple more like these at your own pace. Deep breath in through your nose and a breath out through your mouth. Kind of like breathing in new life, new energy, and breathing out everything that's weighing us down. We will start with a quick wrist warm-up to prepare them for the strength session today. So make a fist with both your hands and just start circulating them. It can be clockwise or anti-clockwise, just easing into the circular movement. Continue with deep inhalations through the nose and deep, easy exhalations through the mouth. Now come on to a tabletop position. Palms directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips, maintaining a neutral spine. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, extend your right leg out to the back, activating your thighs to raise your leg as high as you can. Inhale, bend your right leg, bring it forward, touching your knee to your nose. Exhale and extend that leg out all the way to the back. Now place your right foot next to the left and raise your right hand up. It's a game of strength and balance here. Coming back to the tabletop position. Onto the other side. Take a deep breath in and as you exhale, this time extending your left leg out to the back. Making sure your hips are squared. Inhale, bending the left leg, bringing your knee to your nose. Exhale and extending that leg out to the back. Now placing your left foot behind the right and extending your left arm up. Left palm back on the mat, left leg extended out, and now back to the tabletop position. Exhale, tuck your toes in, hips up high into a downward facing dog. Let's give it a few breaths here in this pose. Gently stretching your hamstrings by bending one leg at a time. Maybe come on your toes with an inhalation, and with an exhalation, press your heels back on the mat. Press through your palms to press your body away from the mat. Now slowly walk your feet to the front of the mat, keeping your knees generously bent. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, hinging from your hips, fold forward, keeping your knees generously bent. Inhale, extending your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale and raise your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Keeping your knees generously bent. Inhale, stepping your feet back into a downward facing dog. Exhale, step your right foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, reaching your hands up overhead for a high lunge. Exhale, palms back on the mat and stepping your right foot back into a plank. Lower down your knees, chest and chin onto the mat. Inhale, raising your chest up into an upward facing dog. Exhale, raising your hips up high, back to a downward facing dog. Inhale and raise your left leg up off the mat. Exhale, swing it forward and place your foot on the top of the mat in between your palms. Take a moment to adjust if you have to. Inhale and raise your arms up overhead into a high lunge. By the way, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like this video. Exhale, planting your palms back on the mat into a plank. This time lower down slowly on the ground. Inhale, raising your chest up into a cobra pose. Exhale, tuck your toes, hips up high, back to the downward facing dog. Taking a moment here. Take a deep breath in and step your left foot to the top of the mat and turn to your side. Inhale, slowly come up to standing. Keep your feet out wide. Both your feet pointing outwards at the top corners of your mat. Inhale and raise your arms up from the side. Exhale, lower your hips, bending your knees with cactus arms. Inhale, come up to standing, arms to your side. Exhale, back to cactus arms, lowering your hips down. Inhale, arms up overhead, come up to standing. Exhale, knees bent, hips lowered, cactus arms. Inhale, back to standing. Exhale, cactus arms and knees bent. Inhale, come up to standing, arms up overhead. Exhale, one last goddess pose. And staying here for a few breaths. This really activates your thighs. Inhale and come up to standing. You can wiggle your hips for no reason. Now, when you're ready, turn your left foot out to the side so your toes are pointing to the top of the mat. Shift your right toe inwards and both your heels are in the straight line. Your torso is slightly tilted towards the left. Inhale and extend your arms to the side. Exhale, bend your left knee and lower your hips down. Inhale and place your left forearm on your left thigh. Exhale, swinging your right arm up and overhead. Gazing at your right palm. Inhale and coming back to a warrior two. Exhale, straighten out that left knee and lower your arms down. Now moving on to the other side. Extending your right foot out so your toes are pointing to the back of the mat. Rotating your left toe slightly inwards. Inhale, raising your arms to the side. Exhale, bending your right knee, lowering your hips down. Inhale and lower your right forearm to your right thigh. With an exhalation, swinging your left arm overhead. As you're breathing through this pose, make sure you're pressing through your right foot and not collapsing into the pose. Inhale and coming back to a warrior two. With an exhalation, straighten out that leg, lower your arms. Now keeping the same wide leg stance, take a deep breath in, hands can be on your hips, pointing both your toes forward. As you exhale, hinging from your hips, lower your chest down to the ground. You can also place your fingertips on the mat for more support. With an inhalation, come halfway up, maintaining a flat back. With an exhalation, get deeper into your forward fold. Inhale and slowly roll your way up to standing. Next, we're moving on to bridge pose. So we're lying with our back on the mat. Make adjustments. Bring your heels closer to your hips and make sure your back is resting comfortably on the mat. Now with a deep breath in, press into your feet and your arms and slowly lift your hips up. We're activating our thighs here to raise our hips. Make sure your knees are not flinging outwards and your toes are still pointing forward. You can also interlock your fingers underneath this body bridge, scooping your shoulder blades together. If not, you can continue keeping your arms by your side. With an exhalation, lower your hips down, back on the mat. Now lowering both your knees onto the left side and now to the right, like you're using your feet as windshield wipers. Now hug both your knees tight. Hug yourself, sway from side to side and extend your legs out into shavasana. Feet splayed outwards, arms away from you, palms facing up, fingers naturally curled. Close your eyes. Few deep breaths here, soaking in all the work that you have just done. This is where I'll leave you here for now. Please stay here for as long as you like. That's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me in this session. I'll see you soon.